Salut tout le monde! So I've been in Paris for about a month and a half now, and there's about a month and a half left in the year of 2021, so I want to share with you 5 goals that I have for ending the year in Paris. So I know that a lot of times people will wait until the actual new year to do their resolutions and to start something new, and I do totally understand the psychological effects of starting something new on a given day. But at the same time, I don't really want to wait till 2022 to start working on some things. So the first goal that I have, which might sound, I don't know, a little weird, is wanting to speak more French. So the majority of the time that I'm here, I am speaking English. I speak English at my job. The majority of my friends are English speakers at this point. And on top of that, anytime I'm talking to somebody from home, it is in English. Not to mention whenever I'm in a mood where I just kind of need some comfort or I want to watch my favorite show or whatever it is, I've been watching it in English. And so it's interesting because I do have little everyday French conversations and I've put a ton of them on my Instagram and on my TikTok, but I haven't really had like extended conversations or long conversations with the same person over however many given days. And I think that's something I'd really like to work on. So I actually, I've pretty much been attending my church service online for a really long time, but this Sunday I'm actually going to try to go to the church in person. So that'll be a little bit of a French fix, and hopefully I can meet some people there to have, substantial conversations in French. And I definitely am going to try to put more content online that's in French. So like I was saying, on my TikTok and my Instagram, I would say there's a pretty good balance of French and English content, but definitely for YouTube, I want to start making more French videos. And I don't know, it's not even like I really have a goal to get better French. There's always ways to improve, and I'm always trying to find new words in I just had my little carnet, where'd it go? Yeah, so I bring my little carnet with me wherever I go to put new words in, and I'm constantly actively listening to the people around me, and I'm like an expert eavesdropper now just to learn new words and stuff like that. So it's not that I am not immersed enough in French, it's just that I'm not producing it enough. So I'd really like to have that be more of an everyday thing as we get towards the end of 2021 and start the new year as well. My second goal is really to get a handle on my spending habits. So I kind of let myself just go completely off budget for the first few weeks that I was here, and then I ended up looking at everything that I had bought, and it's not even like I bought a ton of things, but it's just I bought so much food that I did not prepared food, so at boulangerie and at cafe and at even just like prepared food at supermarkets, because I honestly hate cooking, and meal prep here has been kind of hard just with the limited space that we have in the kitchen. So yeah, I spent way too much money on food, and I'll probably do a whole other video that just breaks down how much I have spent while I'm in Paris and how possible or impossible it is to live here on a budget. But yeah, for now I'm really not doing so hot, so I definitely need to come up with a budget, and I need to stick in that budget and not go over it. Yeah, the money one is huge. I guess along with that, my third goal would be meal prepping more often, or at least cooking from home more often. And I don't want to do that. I mean, partially it's for the financial aspect, because like I was saying, it's just so expensive to be buying food every single day outside of the apartment. But I think it also is because I want to I've tried so many times in the past to actually enjoy cooking and to find relaxation in it and all that stuff, but it's always just felt like a horrible chore. So I'm really hoping that I can try to find joy in cooking, and I don't really know how I'm gonna do that. I'm thinking that I'm gonna try to branch out and do recipes that actually seem exciting. I don't even know what that means, but I'm gonna try to figure it out. If you've got any recommendations, let me know in the comments. But yeah, I'm also thinking of maybe just listening to a nice podcast or some music or something as I'm cooking, or I don't know, trying to just make it feel like a fun event as opposed to a must-do chore. I think both my wallet and my stomach will thank me. The fourth goal that I have before the end of 2021 is actually to get all of my doctor and medicine stuff straightened out. So I don't think I've talked about this explicitly online, but I do have a condition in which I have to take a specific type of medicine every night. And so now that I'm here, I luckily already have, it's not out, I was looking for it, but I luckily already have a carte vitale, which is pretty much the card that you can bring in whenever you have a doctor's appointment, and if you have that, you automatically have health insurance, and it will cover, I think, 70% of whatever the cost is at the doctor's office. It feels very affordable here. I've seen that just like a normal general doctor's appointment is 25 euros, like uninsured, so it really is super cheap. But anyway, I really want to get all of that figured out, so I need to go to a normal general doctor and have them be registered as what's called a médecin traitant, which means that would be like my doctor, and that would be the person registered in the system as my doctor. And so I need to get that person registered, so I have to go have like a first consultation. And then on top of that, I need to ask them, what is the process for getting blood work done? What is the process for seeing a specialist? Because there's a couple specialists I have to see. And also, I mean, do I need a referral to go see a nutritionist? Because I've got some deficiencies there as well that I've got to figure out. Just a lot of things to do in the camp of health, and I really shouldn't be putting them off anymore. So now that I'm in an area where I have health insurance and it's affordable regardless, I really should get on top of that and make sure that I am doing okay. I've also got to figure out the whole prescription ordeal as well, because I've never done anything like that in France before, and I feel like the situation in the United States is so much more complicated and expensive than it has to be. So I don't think that the process here is necessarily going to be as much of a hassle, but I can imagine it's going to take some time, and it's just something that I'm going to have to go through and learn all over again. So my fifth and final goal for the end of 2021, before we end the year rather, is to just be more present in Paris. And along with that, I mean, obviously I don't show you everything that I do every single day. I am out in the city more than what you see. But along with that, I do want to be more comfortable filming in public. So yeah, I guess that's kind of like a double thing, where I want to be out in public more, finding my own spaces, finding more cafes that I like, that I can kind of, you know, take on as my own, as well as bring you along with me. So we'll see how that goes. I really don't know how to get over the fear of filming in public other than just kind of taking the plunge and doing it. I definitely have a couple of friends who would be down to film in public with me so that I don't feel alone, but then I also have stage fright. Like, I don't think anybody realizes, but when I'm just sitting by myself and have my phone out, it's super easy. And it's whatever, like I can talk to the camera fine, like I'm actually talking to you all. But the second somebody else is around, like even back when I was living with Pat, I could not film when he was around, or if he was, I had to have him put headphones in because I have such bad stage fright. And like when people film me or take photos of me, I'm just so awkward and uncomfortable. Like, it's so bad. So it's funny because I think one of the solutions for my fear to film in public, which would be filming with other people, just kind of feeds into another fear, which is filming in front of people that I know. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But now that I have all 5 of my goals laid out, recorded, and online, I hopefully will stick to them. And I guess in a couple of months' time, I will check back in, see where I have made progress, where I haven't, and where to go from there. If you are also thinking about how you want to end 2021 or how you want to start 2022, let me know in the comments. I'd actually be really interested to hear what it is that you're working on or that you want to start working on. And à la prochaine!